Vaultize is the only application today that gives corporate users the convenience of apps within the standard enterprise security. Enterprises are facing enormous security threats, data loss and compliance risks with the proliferation of consumer file sharing services like Dropbox through Bring Your Own Device and consumerization of IT trends. Vaultize presents an enterprise-grade unified platform for secure file sharing, data protection and mobility with endpoint backup, endpoint encryption and Google Apps Backup that helps enterprises mitigate these risks with complete enterprise control and visibility on the use of their unstructured data. It is the only solution that does military-grade AES 256-bit encryption together with deduplication at source, for which a patent is pending, making it the most secure and efficient solution in the world today. Vaultize comes with the highest level of enterprise-grade security, scalability, performance, robustness and reliability. Today's users use many devices. These include desktops, laptops, mobile phones, tablets and so on. In fact, every person could be using more than one device to access data. The mobile application space today is full of applications designed for many platforms, many times a few hundred to choose from. However, as an administrator, if you carefully screen them for security, encryption and data integrity, you may be left with none. The data traveling over networks is not just insecure, it is in fact shared. The businesses of tomorrow are willing to embrace the convenience of portable devices and non-stop connectivity, provided their concerns are addressed. In some regions like Europe and the Americas, it is a regulatory norm that the data should not only be secured, but the encryption key of the data is also required to be kept within certain geographies. This is to ensure that the security cannot be compromised no matter what. Corporate users, unaware of such concerns, end up using free applications which share data and space, compromising enterprise security. This creates a number of challenges for the administrator. While it provides all the enterprise security features, it also offers future-oriented techniques like deduplication and encryption at source. In this video, we give you a quick overview of the most important features of Vaultize in a few minutes. Let us quickly look at how you as an admin can use Vaultize to manage users and their data. You can create users manually using the Vaultize admin console. You can also configure users' rights and permissions. Use the bulk create users option for creating multiple users, up to thousands. This is done by creating and uploading a CSV file. You can also create users using Active Directory in Windows. Using Active Directory, you can enforce or push Vaultize to all users. Using Active Directory, a Vaultize user application is installed on the client machine when the user logs in. All these users will automatically be registered in the Vaultize server. The biggest advantage of this method is that you as an admin can push Vaultize clients to all users at once. These users are automatically created in the Vaultize server. You can see the user's statistics at any time. This includes checking usage, allocated quota, and devices. Devices are logical units from which the user operates. This would include laptops, desktops, handheld devices, tablets, phones, and so on. The backup policy decides how backup is to be taken. Backup policy defines scope of users, folders the policy is applied to, schedule, and filters for the particular folder. The backup policies can be made applicable to all users or specific users. Folders can be defined for the policy. Checkboxes are provided for standard folders like desktop, My Documents, and so on. The Actions option defines the actions to be taken by the policy. By default, action will be to backup filtered files. In addition, you can select Encrypt filtered files. This will encrypt the files on the user's device as well using Windows EFS. The wiping feature allows the administrator wipe off organization data safely from the user's machine in case a user leaves the organization or the device needs to be reassigned. By default, the option selected for the schedule is continuous. This means that any time a file is changed, it will be backed up. You can also set the time interval in minutes or hours. You can select a specific time of a day or day of the week or dates of a month for the backup. Vaultize gives you the convenience to define a window of time for the backup based on start time and stop time. It pauses the backup at that point, avoiding interruption to any other time-based activity or process. If nothing is specified in the schedule, then the default settings specified in the Settings tab will be applicable. Vaultize allows you to create most powerful yet most flexible filters. You can filter the type of files to be backed up. To simplify the file selection, it has checkboxes that you can select if you want to back up, let's say, MS Office files, emails and so on. Filter settings also allow you to skip certain types of files from the backup. For example, video files, music files, or any other file you want to skip. You can also skip files by size or last modified date. Vaultize enables you to define clear deletion policies. You can specify for how many days you want to keep the files or their changes. All the versions of these files will be stored for the time period specified here. If you do not want to delete anything, simply keep these fields blank. Note that you can create as many policies as you want. You can also create policies for all or individual users. Users can also define their own individual backup policies. This is done using the Vaultize client installed on the user's device. As part of Vaultize data privacy, only users are allowed to read the contents of their files. At no point of time can you as an admin open the contents and see the files backed up or restored. As an admin, you can force restore the files using the disaster recovery feature. These files will be restored to the user's respective device. There are two ways to get back a file: restore and download. Users can also download entire folders. Within the folders, they can then select the files to be restored or downloaded. The best part is files backed up from any device of a user can be restored or downloaded to any other device by the same user. Even files permanently deleted from the system but covered by Vaultize can be downloaded and restored. Users can synchronize files across their own multiple devices. For example, sync the files and folders across Mac and Windows machines. All the options of filtering are available for sync as well. As an admin, you can also set file synchronization across devices of two different users. This can be used to set up disaster recovery or data consolidation plans. In fact, you can also use Vaultize's unique group sync feature to synchronize files across devices of multiple users. You can even give different types of accesses to different users in a group. This can be reader, editor, or administrator. When a group is created for group sync, each group member gets an invitation to join the group. The user accepts the invitation and shares the folder for synchronizing. The files shared by all users are shared across the respective devices and in the specified folder. The users with read access will be able to read the sync files. The users with edit access will be able to make changes to the files. Any changes done will automatically be replicated across the group immediately. This works across different OSs like Windows and Mac. Users can share files with anyone, even individuals not using Vaultize. This can be done by creating a link for the selected folder. The user selects the folder and then creates a link. This link is then shared with other users. Users can specify the date until which the shared file or folder would be available and whether a password will be needed to access them. Other users need to provide the password to access the file. When a file is shared through a link, a copy of the file is created on the Vaultize server. The link is connected to that file. This means the device sharing the file need not be online for others to download the file. One of the most powerful features of Vaultize is deduplication at source. The beauty of this technology is that it is totally self-configured and hence it is active by default. Neither you as an admin nor any other user needs to do anything to use it. Whenever a file is backed up, Vaultize automatically deduplicates it. Only those parts of the file are sent to the server that aren't already there. Since deduplication happens at the user's device level, it automatically reduces the use of bandwidth and other resources. Without deduplication, the backup size increased exponentially, whereas Vaultize customers are seeing up to 90% savings. There are links provided for downloading the various apps of Vaultize. This includes the client installers and admin guide. Links are provided for Windows installer and other installers. The Windows installer, which is an MSI file, is to be used for creating users using Active Directory. Apps for installing on iPhone or iPad and Android can be downloaded from the iTunes Marketplace and the Google Play Marketplace respectively for free. If your business is spread across 2 or more locations and you want to be prepared for uncertainties, you can use Vaultize to be disaster ready. Vaultize's disaster recovery feature continuously replicates data from one device to another, preferably kept in separate locations, and you also get the added protection of the Vaultize server. Vaultize provides a near-zero recovery point objective, or RPO, and because of DR or disaster recovery, also quick recovery time objective, or RTO, which in easier language means that you can continue your business operations from where you left in a very short time. Additionally, you can use this feature for data consolidation. For example, to get critical data from remote or branch offices to a centralized location or headquarters without having to invest in a VPN. Vaultize is the first solution in the world to provide a single unified platform to protect business-critical data on endpoints as well as Google Apps. Vaultize allows you to automate your Google Apps backups as well as restores using the sync and disaster recovery features. You can easily download individual mails as well as whole user accounts anytime through Vaultize clients or web access. And like all other features of Vaultize, you can control everything from the central admin console. How is Vaultize unique? Let's just say that it has been built ground up to be an enterprise application. Vaultize is most secured. It offers military-grade encryption. It begins right at the device level, so any data going out from the device is also secured. You must have also noticed that the data is compressed and then transmitted. Vaultize offers flexible deployment option. Vaultize offers deployment on private cloud, public cloud, and cloud-in-a-box appliances. Choose what suits your needs the best and then scale up or down as needed. Vaultize guarantees highest optimization of storage space and bandwidth, 80% or more due to deduplication. With Vaultize, the first backup is full backup. The rest are all incremental. Even before the file is sent for backing up, Vaultize checks for any part of it being already copied. It checks inserted images, attachments in emails, contents of zip files, everything. With other applications, the data, storage space and bandwidth requirements increase exponentially. With Vaultize, it actually goes on optimizing. Vaultize guarantees the quickest and the maximum return on investment. Vaultize offers the simplest configuration and deployment options. Centralized administration reduces the burden on the administrator. The admin console gives total control over all the users, backup policies and filters. Users can download and use the apps they need. Apps for iPhone, Android and other platforms are available as free download. Vaultize is easy to use. The user interface of Vaultize apps is so simple that it is intuitive. No training is required for users. Simply create their accounts, ask them to download the apps and they are ready to go. Vaultize is the only one. The deduplication along with encryption at source technology is so revolutionary that we are expecting a patent very soon. There are many other technologies used in Vaultize that are truly state-of-the-art. If you want a secured yet easy to manage application with all the revolutionary options, contact us today for a detailed demonstration and a free account setup. Email sales@vaultize.com. Call us USA +1 650 319 7382. India +91 20 2025 0958.